Hi Libra, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're doing the monthly readings, so looking through October, seeing what's going on for you. We are doing a little bit more general this month, so just sort of seeing the most important stuff that wants to come through for your month of October. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, click the notification bell and all that sort of stuff. Leave me a comment. Let me know if there's any specific topics you would like me to do a reading on. Definitely take that under consideration. Today we are going to be starting off with the Mystic Dreams Oracle. Okay, I also have here the Career and Money Oracle, the Red Rose Love Oracle, and clarifying everything today with the primitive lenormand. All right, so getting into it for you, Libra, looking through October 2025. What's going on for Libra in October 2025? October for Libra, the most important stuff Libra needs to be aware of for October. Okay, we have, everything's on fire for you this month in a really good way, Libra. This is burning desire, a crack in the facade and up in flames. So it can sort of, it's that fire that can be so many different things. It's that fire that can be inspiring and passionate and burning brightly, but it can also, crack glass and, go totally up in flames. So we're kind of on the precipice this month, and it's either, are we going to allow things to, burn completely to a crisp, and so that we can, have that brand new, fresh restart, like a phoenix kind of energy? Are we going to allow our temptations and desires to really fuel us this month? Very fiery energy for you this month, Libra. That things could sort of turn out very explosive for you this month, but in good and bad ways, like really good and really bad ways. It's sort of really depending on how you're going to use that energy this month, whether you're going to, really allow this fire energy to fuel you this month, or are you going to allow it to sort of swallow you in the flame? So it's kind of really up to you how you use this month, but it could be quite explosive in multiple ways for you this month. But we'll get a bit of clarification here and see if we can get a bit of extra detail about that. Okay, Libra, October messages for Libra, please. The first two cards I've got coming through are very fiery energies as well. Okay, so we do have the snake coming through, which, it is the card of passion and desire as well, but it can also be temptation, and the temptation to take things just a little bit too far, and to, burn just a little bit too brightly, and follow the passion so much and the desire so much that it turns into, following temptation's path kind of thing. It's like the snake whispering in the ear of Eve, eat the apple, eat the apple. Are you going to eat the apple, Libra? So it can kind of turn on you sometimes, this energy, but it's kind of like, it's what you make of it. Once again, the snake really does talk about finding alternate ways around things. So if you do have that intense desire and passion to follow a certain path, that the snake enables you to clear your own path, make your own path around any obstacles that you're encountering, and really, it's got that fire in your belly to kind of get to where you want to go, and no matter how I need to get there, I'm going to get there, kind of thing. So it can also be a strong fueling energy, especially, I do have the sun in the middle here. Okay, so the sun is a very happy energy. I am just picking up here with the snake and the sun coming through together. There, just for a couple of you, this is not for everybody. so take it how it resonates for you personally. And, those of you where it is going to matter, you will know about that, by the end of the month anyway. But there may be, the sun brings things out into the light. So there may just be something brought out into the light for you about, somebody's deception or betrayal. It I want to say that it doesn't feel that bad, but it kind of does for a couple of you, that it's not necessarily, when we say the word betrayal, immediately everybody sort of thinks of, being cheated on. It seems to be the one everyone jumps to straight away, but it doesn't actually feel like a love thing. This feels like more the energy of, a friend talking behind your back and you find out about it, or, being betrayed in some kind of way, that someone said that they were going to do something, but they deceived you and they didn't do it. That kind of thing. So in that sense, it doesn't feel too strong bad, but I do feel as though there may be some ramifications from this deception or betrayal. It's kind of like somebody allowing you to believe an illusion. I do believe that for a lot of you, it's going to be something along the lines of, you entrusted somebody to do something or say something and they didn't do that or say that. They deceived you in that manner. They betrayed your trust, that I'm going to do this for you, Libra, and they didn't do it. And it comes out into the light, and it all comes out into the open, and it just causes a little bit of drama, I feel, for a lot of you. And maybe for some of you, that's why you are getting this warning about this fire, this intense heat, because, there may be some stuff popping up this month where, it is a bit of a crack in somebody's facade, not necessarily yours. But you may have, the crack in the facade for you may be that the temptation to, you know, burn with the fire of 1,000 suns in regard to this. I found out that you didn't do this thing that you said that you were going to do, and now I'm going to burn with the power of 1,000 suns, and get really upset about that. So just be aware of that coming through there for some of you. The sun overall, though, is very happy, warm, energy. It is generally, things that need to come to light. That these things shouldn't be hidden. It's things that need to be out in the open, and you may be having some sort of personal epiphany about, I feel deceived by this person. They're not who they say they were, those kinds of things. So that may be the deception for some of you here, that, this person, they're just not who I thought they were, and it's coming out into the open that they're just not the person I thought they were. I'm having this personal epiphany that they're not really, they're not really that good energy around me, and I don't necessarily care about this person as much as I, thought I did, or as much energy I've been putting into this person. But ultimately, it's for your own happiness, for your own good, kind of thing, that this is being revealed, so that you can move through that energy onto, happy days. And we do see, though, the birds coming through as well in regard to that. So, that does talk about conversations that are taking place about this. So, I dare say for a lot of you, this is going to come, there is going to be maybe potentially a bit of a confrontational conversation about something that you're feeling deceived about. But for others of you, it may be, hearing on the grapevine that so-and-so did this behind, or didn't do that, or, those kinds of things. So, because the birds can be a little bit of gossip and rumors swirling kind of thing. So that may be how it comes out into the open, and then you find out about these things, and it might just sort of inspire you to start having conversations with people that you do care about, hang on, well, I really need to start thinking about the people that I've got in my life, and like, if they're not, adding quality to my life, then maybe I don't actually care about them as much. Maybe it was an illusion of us being, closer than I thought, that kind of thing. So it feels as though it's all in happening for reason, for higher reason for yourself here, to find ultimate happiness. But in the midst of it, it may just swirl up some drama for you along the lines there, Libra. So just be aware of that. Career and money. What does Libra need to know for October in regard to career and money? Career and money messages for Libra in October. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is you're actually, because the first card I've got is the candle. Okay, and that is actually a taking action. Once again, though, we're seeing that reference to fire. So you're really fired up this month, and you're taking action to sort things out and get things moving in the direction that you really want here, to really stoke those flames of passion within yourself. It does say ambition, taking action, hustle, manifesting money, career management, high ranking, visibility, and athletic career energies. Okay, so, but it does really feel as though you're taking some sort of action because of this energy. We have the coffin coming through there in the career and money as well. So this is talking about a bad investment, a financial challenge or savings that you've been dealing with in the past. So this coffin energy, it feels more like, the coffin quite often talks about death and then rebirth. So we're ending this energy so that we can move into new energy. So that's what you're taking action on. You're taking action to end bad investments, to end financial challenges. For some of you, there may be an actual job ending, but it's not feeling like an actual job ending. It's more because it does say career, office work, and night shift work. So those may be coming to an end. So you may be just swapping from night shift to day shift, and or you're closing off the need to do quite as much work in the office, or the paperwork side of things. You're ending the need for that stuff happening for yourself, and moving into new energies within the career to really focus on the making the money, the better investment. That I've got ambition. I want to hustle. I need to close off these bad investments and take action to really finesse this into the direction I want with my money and my career. Okay, so that's what we've got for job and career for you. But looking at love and romance. Love and romance for our Libra throughout October. What's going on for love and romance in October for Libra? What does Libra need to know in regard to love and romance throughout October? Oh, who is this in your energy? And look, once again, we have the fire energy on the bottom of the deck in the hidden energy. The phoenix is on the bottom of the deck. So, we've so fired up this month, Libra. You really embrace the fire within yourself this month. It's really there for a reason this month. This is a very fiery month for you, okay? For some of you, you may be dealing, when it comes to love and romance, you may be dealing with a lot of fire energy as well, like fire signs. Leo, my gosh, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Um, and heading, we are slowly getting into Sagittarius season is the next one too, but currently your birthday season, Libra. So happy birthday to all the Libras. But starting off here, we have the teddy bear. Okay, so who is this? Interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, wanting to date. Okay, so someone around you is that sweet, cuddly teddy bear energy. And we do have the date card coming through as well. Get back out there, meeting someone, setting a date, and dating online. So for those of you who are currently single, you are sort of encountering some loving energy this month with this teddy bear on the scene. This may be definitely a new sort of wanting to get to know you a little bit, wanting to snuggle up and be that soft energy for you when it comes to romance. For those of you who are already in a connection, I feel like this is kind of like an embrace of the the initial honeymoon phase kind of thing, getting back to, I want to take you on, they're wanting to show a little bit more romance this month and get back to that honeymoon phase kind of feeling. We do also have the key on the ring. So it's going to be a good month for all the single Libras, okay? Um, Many options, unconventional, one night stands and being strung along as well. So there are some, I feel like this is because with the keys, we do always see a lot of options. So for some of you here, you really are going to be out and about, getting back out there, dating, but you really, you may encounter a couple of people that are just sort of a little bit shorter term fling type energy, that one night stand, unconventional stuff. For others of you, this is actually meeting someone through like a one night stand, you think that's it's like a one-off thing, and you're never going to see them again, but then they actually become this teddy bear that want to take you out on a date and want to actually romance you. So the single Libras, you are going to have a very good little dating month ahead. For those of you who are already in connections, it's definitely looking like you are having a few options here to restoke those flames, re-stir up that passion, get back to the initial passion between yourself and your person. Okay, so it's looking pretty good on the love front as well, Libra. I like that for you. So I don't really even feel the need to clarify that one. But anything else that Libra needs to be aware of throughout October? Anything else that Libra needs to be aware of throughout October? A lot of movement. There does look like there's a lot of movement here. Okay, so, and once again, though, it's movement for a purpose. Okay, so we have the rider coming through first, followed by the ship. Okay, so they're both heavy movement energies. The rider generally is, good news on the way, getting back out there kind of energy that we saw for the single Libras with the date card there. Getting back on that horse and getting out there again, traveling towards, new seas, new journeys starting, new adventures starting, just in general here. Some of you, this is actual travel. Okay, both those cards, especially both of them together, I do get a very strong connection here to physical movement that you may be traveling throughout October. There may be the need to really focus on modes of travel throughout October as well. So some of you, it's not feeling like the energy of having issues with travel. So like, for like those of you cars and motorbikes and, trains and planes and all that sort of stuff. I don't feel that there's any troubles with that. It feels more new, like a new car kind of thing coming through. Good news on the way that you're starting a new adventure in a very plainly spoken way, that it's good news on the way, Libra. The new adventure is about to start. All your ships are coming in. You're traveling to a new lands within your life, new experiences. For some of you, you are actually traveling as well. Okay, and then we do actually see here though, we have the anchor, as well as the whip. Okay, which this is actually very interesting, especially in combination there with, the ship and then the anchor flowing through, because they're connected. Anchors belong on ships, and it's very interesting because it's kind of, it's not the whip. Sometimes, it is the card of trouble and tension and drama and conflict, but I don't think that we're actually looking at conflict as such for you, because the anchor also holds us very steady. So the anchor kind of lets us know that, we are safe to drop that anchor and hold ourselves still and calm throughout any storm that comes our way. And it feels as though this is you being very safe and secure, and, knowing that you can rely on this anchor energy as you're traveling, as you're moving forward here. You've got this energy here of knowing that I've got this dependable, reliable energy within me, that I can face any storm that comes, any drama, any tension, any arguments. I can face those and work them out, and that, I'm not scared of conflict. We did see back in the general there, that birds card, where I did mention there might be some gossip, some rumors, some, the reason to talk things out with people and have these conversations. But you're not afraid of these conversations if they do turn into arguments. You're not afraid of that this month, because you know that you're steady, that you are very steady, and you know that you can rely on the fact that I've been through worse storms than this. I can deal with this. So it seems very stable for your energy here, that you kind of like, any conversations or any arguments, it's more about clearing the air. It's not so much about having an argument or having drama. It's more about clearing the air and getting rid of that conflict, and knowing that, I can move through any conflict that comes my way, that I've got such flowing movement energy this month that I'm just moving forward. And if I need to have that conversation, and if it needs to, be a little bit confrontational or argumentative, I will do so, because, I'm doing what's necessary to keep moving forward here. So overall, it does seem like a pretty good month for you here, Libra. But just be careful with those flames this month. Yeah, you've got a fire in your belly, and you're really got a lot of passion and heat coming from your energy this month. So make sure you're putting that towards the things that that are going to propel you forward, forwards this month, rather than allowing it to just stir fire and be fiery. So just be a little bit careful with that fire that you've got going this month. But you know, use it to propel you forward rather than burn you down. Okay, we want to be the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, not the phoenix that's stuck on fire. All right, so use that wisely. That fire, okay, can really help push you along. That's for sure. But that's what we've got for you today, Libra. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.